Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Witch Queen Season of the Risen intel. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing an amazing exotic farm, and in my opinion, probably the easiest way to actually acquire exotics this season, as well as some of those higher level materials. Before I get into all that information, I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaways on my YouTube channel every 1,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into any of those giveaways is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, that bell. It's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be listed in the description box down below, or you can leave a hashtag in the comment section from anyone listed directly beneath this video. And remember, all those secret hashtags, they stack between all videos, so if you haven't done that on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. So this week's Nightfall is the Arms Dealer Strike. Now, this is probably the easiest and quickest strike currently in the Nightfall rotation for this season. It's fairly easy to do at Grandmaster if you are the proper light and it is available to you, but even at the lower level difficulties like Master and Legendary, you can get a pretty efficient exotic farm going. It's also great, I think, at those particular difficulties for just farming Ascendant Shards, if that's something you're going for. But if you're not even capable of maybe getting a group together for a Legendary or a Master, or maybe you're just not able to do a Legendary by yourself, even the Heroic difficulty, because it is so quick, is probably one of the best ways to get a possible exotic. Now, one of the reasons, not only is this particular strike short, that it is actually a lot faster than all the other ones in this particular rotation this season, is kind of a combination of things. One, like I said, it is very short, but also the champions you face are pretty easy to be dealt with. You can actually still stack a good combination of weapons. Always bring a Galahorn with you because of the actual final boss, and because of the glitches I'm going to now discuss, you can actually not only nuke the boss, but like I said, if you are trying to solo this at a higher level, maybe a Legendary or a Heroic, or maybe even a Grandmaster, some of these are going to make that actually a lot more viable and a lot more possible. Some of them you might know, some of them you might not. The first one I want to discuss, and this is kind of just a time saver, is the, let's call it the platform skip glitch. This is just a way of getting around a particular set of ads that actually are a little bit of outliers in this strike, in that most of the ads you're going to come up against that are shielded, other than the champions, of course, will be void. So bringing void weapons is really the best way to go. But unfortunately, on this one platform, this is when you have to re-enter the ship after you've gone back outside again, there are going to be some arc shielded enemies. And there's a champion at the end. And Platinum is really what you want. You want to make sure that you always get as high a level score as possible, Platinum really being the best. So you want to make sure you can get the champion. But if you don't want to actually have to fight your way through those arc enemies, which will probably be actually more trouble than the champion itself, you can just skip around this side, get behind the back cover. Most of the ads won't even know you're here, and take out the champion really quickly. It's going to be a barrier champion, so not that difficult to take out, especially if you have the Galahorn with you. Just drop the shields once and then double fire, and you'll take them out really quick. And then you can just advance through fast without actually having to face any of the ads. You can just hop on your Sparrow and jump through there. The next thing is really good for solo players and a group. This is for the elevator. Now, once the boss has gone up the elevator, you can actually trigger him to come back out early. Of course, once the elevator gets towards the top, normally the boss will come out and you'll be able to get some shots on him before he actually moves to one of the plates. But if you want to have more time to actually shoot at him and perhaps even melt him before the elevator gets to the top, all you have to do is either have yourself or one member of your fire team climb up the actual elevator. You can do this by jumping on the chain that brings the elevator up. It's pretty easy to do on all classes, if I'm being honest, even on a hunter, as my buddy Sinister was doing here. Once you get up to a top section, and you'll know when it's triggered, you have to go back down, then hit the elevator button. You'll get this one last little ads spawn, and then the elevator will start to go up, and you'll see that the boss is already out at the top. Now, all you have to do is just take easy shots at him. You can use a sniper rifle if you want, but the Gjallarhorn does so much damage, and it really is the easiest way to just shoot at him and make sure that you hit every single shot that you're shooting. If done right, the boss will be melted by the time you actually get to the top. Even as a solo player, though you might not have as many shots being fired as we had 3 different people using the Gjallarhorn in this case. Also, big shout out to my buddy Sergeant Darkman. You'll still have quite a bit of damage done on him. I've seen a lot of people use Izanagi's Burden in that particular spot. If you're running it solo, that might also help. You could also use a super to do some weakening. But it's a really easy way to just farm this if you are doing it in a group, like I said, at any of those lower difficulties, even at Grandmaster possibly, or if you're running it solo. Now the next one is probably the best way to actually solo this, and it's not the fastest way, but if you're trying to do it at a Grandmaster level, that's going to be the absolute toughest thing. It's probably the toughest endgame activity in the game, is soloing a Grandmaster. Even doing any Grandmaster, even if you have a full group, is going to be really, really tough. So maybe you're just going for your Conqueror Seal. Maybe you're just trying to farm out some exotics on your own. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons why you might need a method like this. But if you can actually get the boss to move to one of the plates, so you use that elevator method that we just showed, and then you get him to jump up to one of these top plates, all you really have to do at that point is finish off the ads that are in the immediate area once he moves. No more will spawn if you don't pick up the ball. And you're not going to need to, because you're not going to have to dunk anything. You're going to kill the boss on the plate, as you saw us doing here. This is done simply by throwing grenades under the plate where the boss is standing, and there's a bleed through that will actually hit him while he's standing on the plate. You can also use certain delayed explosive weapons, so things that have kind of either a double explosive like arrows or a delayed explosive like rockets. So any rocket that sticks to something, or grenade launcher actually, that sticks to something and then explodes, will actually hit him through the plate. So you can use those things to make it a lot easier if you are doing this in a group. Like I said, any grenade that has some sort of dot on it, it's mainly Warlock grenades, like fusion grenades, will do a lot of damage, or the Void 3.0 Void grenades will do quite a bit of damage. Will be able to help stack that and do it a lot faster. If you're having a whole group running this and you're all using something that can do damage through the plate, like I said, any delayed time explosive damage from a weapon or a fusion grenade, you could probably actually defeat the boss this way in a few minutes. It's going to be a little slower, but ultimately probably the most efficient and definitely the safest way to keep your team from wiping if you are trying to do this at Grandmaster, or if you're doing it solo, that matter. And that's going to be it for all the information in today's video. Thanks so much for watching today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, as I stated before, to be entered into any future giveaways. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you next time. Later.